Alright, and we have returned with Brutal Ultimate Doom, become Hauffman. Now, we just finished this level, right? You remember that? It's the special extra level for the 4th and last episode of Ultimate Doom. Yes, Fear. But you may notice that my health, or even my armor or amount of ammo might be a little bit different from what it was on the previous episode. Yeah, that's because I actually quit the previous session without saving, so I don't think that's important, but what really matters is actually that we are back to the point where we left off, so I do apologize for that little mistake there. It's got the headset. But let's continue with it. Yes, to the next level with Sever the Wicked. It's almost like the name of someone. Interesting. Oh boy, I remember. Oh, this is quite. I remember this level. This is a really bad level. Well, not bad level, but you have to be careful here not to get yourself killed easily, or at least lose too much health. And what? Let's give those guys a grenade. Anyone else around here? Did a grenade actually fall where it should fall? Let's give them another one then. I think it just got some dead bodies there. No one was really killed. Yeah, it seems that this episode is pretty much around this sort of situation. Yes, or when the hell these guys came from? They weren't there last time I peeked around the corner. So I think, yeah, they do dodge this dude. They're too smart for the rocket to dodge it. Where the hell did you came from? Maybe they were fighting each other. Maybe we should have left them. There's still one left here. I should have left them duke it out for me. That is lost soul there. So yeah, as you may have noticed, when we started, we were right in the middle of the action, and now we can see how many enemies are falling. Did I got them? Yeah, I had to be smarter than them. Actually, hit the column not to get them all killed with the splash damage. So yeah, as you may have noticed, we started right in the middle of the mayhem, surrounded by, look how many enemies were there. So that actually brings an interesting thing that we usually don't notice, I'm guessing. Now, while this game might look pretty straightforward, it actually isn't. Yes, who's that? It's not that straight. What the hell was that? Exploding things all over the goddamn place. It might have been the Baron of Hell. Doing something. No, there's a freaking lost soul there, and he might be the one who, I don't know, killed someone there. So it might look like a pretty straightforward game, you know. Just get your gun. Well, you can do that, yes. Just get your weapons and go guns blazing. But it doesn't really need to be like that, let's say. Or if you want to perform well in the game, it shouldn't be like that. Well, unless you're really, really good, which is not. There's a freaking invisible wall there somewhere. There. Yeah? I think you got everybody there. So still the guys there. Still doing a rocket. Just shut up, will you? So yeah, here I lost soul somewhere too. Let me finish my goddamn phrase, will you? Anyone else alive in there? Let's give another rocket for them. I think everybody's dead now. I'm just hitting that. Oh, look who's down there. I'm just hitting that bodies there. So yeah, it's interesting that it seems like there's not much to the game other than going guns blazing. Yes, actually, like I was just saying, if you're good enough, you can do that. Now that's where the guys that do speedruns enter. Yes, that's where you will remember them. So, but normally I'm thinking, or perhaps for players like me, perhaps it's actually interesting to have some sort of strategy. So while it might not be noticeable or might not be something that you can associate with Doom, there is actually a certain level of strategy to the game that you... Who the hell is shooting me? There's some guys in there. Let's give them a grenade, even though, yeah, there's still someone in here. Where are you? Oh, that guy's behind me. Shut up. So yeah, actually not only a level of strategy, there are other underlying features to the game. Was it that guy crying like that? I think it was. So, oh, there's still someone alive here. So, like, strategy is something that you might want to have in order to succeed in the game. Because if I stay like in the middle there, just shooting the enemies, I would certainly be dead by now. I think so, at least. Not only that, as I started the game, I had, I started this level, I had only shotgun at my hands, and that definitely was not the right tool. Yes, you heard it right, not the right tool to use there. You have to pick up your weapons wisely and actually save ammo, and that's where the look who's there. And actually, I almost blew myself up there. What one shot my friend there? He's not even it hasn't even been freed yet. I don't want to blow myself up. Let's get the shotgun. And try not to fall off because sometimes it's light away just slightly when you are running. Yeah, it took us a while to stop. You see, I'm hitting the button, stopped, and you can see that I walk a little bit before stopping, so it might cause some problems. It's all down to the controls. I have to just get used to it. Oh, chain gun, that's going to help a lot. But I was speaking about something else. Yeah, so strategy and resource managing. You have to use the right weapons to the right enemies and save the powerful weapons to the powerful enemies. So that's all the sort of stuff that you don't really notice about the game, but it's there. Yes, it's supporting the gameplay feature. Yes, it's not the main feature. Yes, that's why you don't notice it, but it supports the game and help. I suppose there's some guys inside here, isn't there? Let's see. Oh, there's anybody. Oh, of course there's someone in there. Get out there, dude. You're going to get yourself killed. I think he's dead already. Let's just find another way because I didn't like that one. So yeah, that's actually interesting. We hardly notice this kind of things, like there is strategy and what. Oh, look at this grenade. Yeah, I got some guys dead in here, but they're still coming from here. Like even you wouldn't say that Doom is actually resource managing. No, it's not a resource managing game, but it has a layer of resource managing to it. You would say, man, it's just an FPS game. Yeah, it is, but these features, and that's actually something interesting for games. Yeah, you can't really make a game, well, shouldn't at least make a game based only on one feature. You have to actually mix some other, even if it's just underlaying or just support the main feature. You have to place other gameplay features, yes, in order to... Wait, that does not make much sense. You have to place some secondary gameplay features in order to support the main feature. There we go. That was much easier to understand. Yeah, it was much easier to understand. Let's give... yeah, there's some guys to that. Even though I think he's killing. Whoever might still be left. Dude, don't stay there, you're going to get yourself killed. Did he get... What the hell is him? Did he die? I don't see him anymore. Oh, he's dead. He's still not dead yet. Not yet, but I'm sure he will die. So, yeah, I think that all of this helps us understand why the game is how it is. Why is it successful? Yes. And how perhaps you might want to play make a game that will be successful, or how can you find games, how can you say if a game is good or not, yes, if it has those. I'm not going to pick this up just now. How can you tell if a game is good or not, if it consider that kind of things, kind of well, how can I say, yeah, kind of points, I don't know what word to use here. So, is he dead now? I think he might be, yeah, there's another one here, I heard it. Something behind, I cannot go back backwards. That's actually really nasty too. 2 freaking barons of hell. Remember when they used this as just a mini boss? Now they place it all over the goddamn place. Even though, as you might have noticed already, it is sort of a challenging episode, as it was added after the game as like a correction of the difficulty. And actually it fits very well within this mod, yes. You get very powerful, well, the weapons get very powerful. We have far more resources when you install the Brutal Doom mod and Zandronum the Zandronum mod. So this right here might actually be the correct difficulty level for those mods, yes. Otherwise it might be just too easy. Where the hell do I have to go? There's a teleport here, isn't there? Yeah. I don't know what's on the other side. Let's get this and activate again. God damn it. So anyway, so let's go back to the topic we had previously. I'm really not dodging properly this time around. I think that's because I'm a bit tired, or because I'm really that bad, who knows. So I think we were talking about, oh yeah, in the previous episode we were saying how Doom actually don't take the player by the hand, and I was actually praising Doom for that, right? But now, having a second thought, actually I was watching a friend play a console game, I think it was, or a console exclusive game. I think the name is White Day or something. It's a horror, Korean by the way, and it's not Japanese, it's Korean. A horror Korean game, I think, where, what does this do? Where, I don't see what does that do. I don't know, but I can see here in the back there is apparently a secret there somewhere. Like, oh, look at this. So that's what it open or something? I don't know what was that. No, it's actually... Did you open that? I think you was the one who opened it. What the hell was... Oh, I see what's going on. They actually place each step as a secret. Look at this. Secret, secret, secret. Yeah, that's why I have 22... God damn, we have 22 secrets around here. Man, I gotta stop using this rockets. Otherwise, it will all of this will go to waste. Let's get some of these shotgun shells too. I'm going to wait until the end of the level before picking that up because I'm okay. Yes, for now I don't have to. Did you notice I just entered this like I don't know, it was not a secret, even though it's not a secret. But where the hell that came from? I didn't remember this because I just entered this like I knew it was there, but I don't. It was awkward. Anyway, apparently there was a secret here. That was really awkward. Oh yeah, we have this. What does this do? Oh, I see. Yeah, so apparently when you start you are meant to know that this is here, and then you raise this bridge, and then you can pick up the invincibility item and go guns blazing without getting yourself killed. Yeah, but in order to know that, you actually have to play the game first, yes, or die at least once in the level, or at least have a certain level of knowledge regarding the game. Have I got everything to that side? Yeah, I even have the red key here. Have I killed that guy down there? I think I have. So actually that links oh, there's some guy in here that sorry for the lag. Oh, look at that. So actually that's a good point for me to link to what I was saying. So I was watching this guy play White Day, yes, a Korean horror game, and I was watching the blue key. What's the blue key for? Blue key. Is there a blue door here somewhere? Blue door somewhere. No, there's no doors inside. Perhaps it's down there. Let's get that invisibility item over there. So yeah, I was watching the puzzles, yes, of the game, and as I was doing so, I was thinking to myself, now this game actually don't really take the players by the hand. Actually, not only White Day does that, but also yeah, let me just punch the enemy too. I don't know, Silent Hill and Resident Evil also does that. There's still 2 secrets left, but I don't remember where they are. Not going to bother much with that. Actually, I think they are around here, are they not? So this whole, I was thinking and relating that the difficulty that those puzzles presented, yes, to how this whole conversation regarding not taking the player by the hand, and I'm kind of, let's see if I just can have a quick look to find the secrets, or if the map gives me a hint regarding that. I don't really remember though, where are they? So and oh, I have to pick up let's pick up the super armor now. It's super charged before finishing the level anyway. So yeah, I was relating that difficulty that those puzzles presented to the player, and thinking maybe you might want to be a little bit careful about how little you actually guide the player through the game. Yes. Now, if you just go too crazy about it, like we even managed to see here on Doom, when there was no way for you to find out about this, what this switch do, and that there was a visibility item right here, without playing the game previously and without having something to point that out. I think in the map, yeah, the map doesn't have an arrow like a map. It was the case in a map a few episodes ago. So that kind of stuff, not that you really need that to survive, but so that kind of stuff might actually be a little bit too hardcore. So you might want to balance things properly regarding how much do you limit player, yes, and how much to actually lead him, yes, or how much you point the direction to him. Now, do have I think a proper, but let's just go on. I think there's, I don't know what is the freaking secrets, and I don't really care. Let's just go, yeah. Do have a good balance regarding that, I suppose. But even though I was just thinking as well that Doom don't really have a tutorial when you start playing the game. It doesn't have like a intro or anything like that. Either you know how to play the game or don't know how to play it, and that's actually interesting. Yes, what do we have here? A lot of things. That's helpful. Don't stay. Ah, I forgot to pick up that. He's dead now. I forgot to pick up that other marine. Let's use some freaking rockets because there are too many guys in here. Anyone? Oh, there's still a pink in there too. And another. Oh, those guys survived. Anyone else? Yeah, there's still one guy in there. Oh, another pink in here. Invisible guy and pink. I never see them. Are they in there? Perhaps. There's a pink in there. There we go. Anyone else? Another one in there. Wow, what? That fireball clipped through the grate. I'm quite confident of that. So yeah, while I praise Doom for not guiding the player by the hand or limiting him, I think that you must be careful about how much you actually leave the or forsaken the player. Let's say there must be a balance about how you. Wait, didn't you die? What? What the hell was that? It got up in flames or something? That was awkward. Anyway, so yeah, and about this Japanese game, it was kind of too extreme about not guiding the player, because there are some, yeah, there's some, you know, even though I was about to blow myself up, where by shooting the grate, yes. What are those guys? I don't know, but I don't really like the way how it is outside. It's probably a very nasty map. Yeah, usually these Japanese or Korean puzzles are pretty much. Oh, there's some guys in there. Let's give them some rockets in there. Are pretty much have some really weird puzzles where it's really hard to. It's not based on logic. Yes, what it brings. What do we have here? I don't remember this map, to be sincere. There's a lot of lava, of course there is. I don't know what's with this water in the middle. Probably, no, it's not going to open anything. At least this time around it won't. So, oh, what's this? It will open eventually. Anyway, so I think I'm going to end this level here, or sorry, this episode here, because our time has come to its end once more. So the thing for a time, I hope you come by the next episode, so we may actually continue with our conversations. I invite you to leave your comment in the section below. Yes, about whatever doubts or points of view. Yeah, this will open, that will open, that will open too eventually, with probably some ambushes for us. So also come by so we may continue with the game. Yes, playing and discussing at the same time as it is supposed to be. So as always, I thank you for your time and hope you come by the next episode. Until then.